Hello everyone, myself Anantra Saladi. Today we are going to discuss JEE Main question paper, which is held on 6th April in the shift 1. Okay, so this is actually a memory based question paper, so there might be some deviation from the actual question, but we try to discuss as much as possible accurately. So we are having the first question, which is something related to electric potential due to uniformly charged hollow sphere. Okay, so in the question they have given uniformly charged hollow sphere, and they're asking what is the potential variation with the distance of the point from the center of the sphere. Okay, so we know that in hollow sphere, okay, the potential is given by inside the hollow sphere it is kq by r, provided q is the charge on the sphere, where r is the radius of the sphere. This is the inside at any point. Inside you take any point, the potential will be same, because they are saying that it's in hollow sphere, so no charge or no metal is present inside. Whereas if you are taking the any point outside, then the potential would be kq by small r, where r is the distance from the center, which is greater than capital R. Then it will be outside the sphere. So that means outside the sphere the potential decreases with r, whereas inside the sphere the potential does not depend on the position, or you can say point. That means inside the sphere it is constant. Inside the sphere potential is constant, and outside it has to decrease with distance r. So then what is the suitable graph for here? So inside it is constant, so 0 to r the graph should be constant and then decrease, so the correct answer will be D. So let us go to the next question. Yeah, this is the next question, where they are asking for the resistivity and temperature relation for semiconductor material. Okay, so maybe this is the one question might be escaped from your knowledge. Here we go with the second question, which is actually relation between resistivity and temperature of semiconductor material. See here, in semiconductors usually the resistivity, okay, decreases with the temperature. It's a direct statement. Okay, whereas resistivity increases with temperature. Okay, in conductors, as the temperature increases, resistivity will increase. Okay, whereas in semiconductors, as the temperature increases, resistivity will decrease. Why? Because see, in conductors, as the temperature increases, okay, then you can say that the average velocity, or you can say drift velocity of the electron will increase, and it will encounter more number of collisions. As it is encountering more number of collisions, it will face the more resistivity. Okay, this I am talking about conductors. Whereas in semiconductors, what happens? Okay, no? Semiconductor materials, as the temperature increases, then you are going to excite more number of electrons from the atom. You can say that simply, if you are going with a band logic, conduction band and valency band, right? So from the valency band, some electrons will go to the conduction band because their energy will increase. So the number of free electrons, you can say, or charge carriers in conduction band will increase. That will obviously decreases the resistivity. So with the temperature, the resistivity of the semiconductor material decreases. So in the out of all the four options, so obviously first one is dropped. Why? Because the temperature increases, resistivity increasing here it is constant, so this is also wrong. Here, as the temperature increases, resistivity is increasing, so D also you can drop out, and the correct option you can choose is C. Okay, so let us go with the next question. So in this question, purely they are asking for moment of inertia, okay, of two solid spheres about a particular axis. So this is very straightforward question on the parallel axis theorem. Okay, so no need to find out the moment of inertia for both the spheres, because both are symmetrically arranged. So it's enough to go with moment of inertia of one sphere. Then moment of inertia of the entire system I can write down as, okay, 2 times of moment of inertia of one sphere. So how to go for moment of inertia of the one sphere is 2 into, okay, So first, moment of inertia about its axis, which is nothing but passing through center mass. So I center mass we write down, as it is a solid sphere they are given, it is I center mass is 2 by 5 m r square, okay, plus now parallel axis concept, because they are not asking about this axis, okay. So hope you are able to see, okay, not this axis, they are asking about this axis, okay. Follow the cursor, so you will understand. Okay, so about this axis they are asking, so both the axes are parallel to each other, so we will apply the parallax theorem, m into d square. So if we go with the calculation, let us say 2 by 5 into mass of the sphere as given as 2 kg multiplied with the radius is 10 centimeter as given, which is nothing but 0.1 whole square, plus again mass is 2 kg and d value is 20 centimeter is the distance between two spheres, then 10 centimeter will be the distance between both the axes, so 0.1 square d square. Okay, so this is 2 into, okay, then I can write down this is 4 by 5, 0.1 also 1 whole square also you can take it out, then this 4 by 5 plus 2 0.1 whole square 0.01 I took it out, okay. So finally 0.02 into this is 1014 by 5. Actually we are not having options here, okay, so that's why I'm ending up with some numerical value. So obviously this is 0.28 by 5, okay, kg meter square, nearly 0. Something like a 0.5 something you'll get, but that's enough. So here we go with question number 4, which is a block of mass 100 grams is attached with a spring of spring length is given around 20 centimeter, okay. Well, just a minute. Yeah, so 20 centimeter and spring constant as given 7.5. Now system is rotated with constant angular velocity, then what is the tension in the spring they are asking, is nothing but, see, a little bit odd terminology here. What is the meaning of tension in the spring? Is nothing but force acting in the spring, force applied by the spring you can say, okay. On a horizontal plane they are saying, that means no need to worry about the weight and normal reaction part. So if I am taking one spring, okay, and a particle is attached to the spring, and if you rotate with angular velocity omega, then what happens? Usually spring will extend. So let us say its natural length is L0. Now as it is rotating with angular velocity, now the spring will have the total length of how much? Around L0 plus x, okay. There will be some extension. Now it will rotate with angular velocity omega. So as spring extends, okay, as the spring extends, now it will apply the force on the particle, which is obviously will be inward, okay. So inward, what is the force acting? Kx, which will provide the necessary centripetal force. So we can write down that directly, that kx value is equal to m into r omega square, as it is a centripetal force, we know that. So actually we want to find out the kx value only, that means mr omega square is the required answer for our question. But the problem with the r, why? Because now r is not L0, r is L0 plus x. Let us see what is the x value we are getting. If x value is coming out to be very small, then we can go with 20 centimeter. Otherwise we need to consider the x value also, okay. So for that, first we calculate the x value. So kx is equal to m into r value, I can write down L0 plus x into omega square, okay. So then k into actually x into x value we have to find out. So let us go with the x value. So I can write down that x into, okay, k minus m L0 omega square is equal to, L0, m omega square is equal to m L0 omega square will be on the right side. Then what is the x value? You will get m L0 omega square by k minus m omega square, okay. So let us see what is the x value we will get in our calculation. M value is 0.1, 100 grams. L0 value is 20 centimeter, which is 0.2, okay, multiplied with omega square is nothing but 5 square, 25, by k value is 7.5 minus omega, m value is 0.1 and omega square is 25 still. So then required x value is equal to, I can write down that this is 0.02 into 25 by this is 7.5 and this is 2.5, so it will be 5 again. So 5 will cancel out. Ultimately we'll get x value is 0.1 meter, okay, which is nothing but almost 10 centimeter, which is not a negligible factor. So as I know the x value, we can go for force acting in the spring or force applied by the spring value, which is kx. That kx will be automatically, what is the value? K value we know that 7.5 and x value is 0.1, because it is given in Newton per meter. Then x value also 0.1 meter I have taken, so it will be 0.75 newtons. Okay, so this will be the required answer. Only thing in this question we need to understand that the centripetal force, necessary centripetal force, will be applied by a spring, so that entire system will rotate in circular motion. Next we'll go to the other question, which is the assertion and reason question. Okay, so I think this is not the exact question format. Why? Because it is looking like very bare question. Okay, statements as given: range is maximum at theta is equal to 45, range is maximum when sin theta is equal to 1. But actually I think there will be some question description, like a particle is projected with some angle theta and so on, projectile motion, and then they asked. I think this is a straightforward question. The assertion is range is maximum at angle 45 provided when particle is projected from the ground with the velocity u at an angle theta, then theta value 45, then definitely range value is maximum. We know that the range is u square sin 2 theta by g. Okay, so even range is maximum when sin 2 theta is equal to 1. Okay, so assertion and reason, reason both are correct. Even sin 2 theta is 1, that is also range is correct. It comes out to be theta 45 degree. Okay, yeah. So let us go with the next question, which is again same assertion and reason question. Moon does not have atmosphere, and the reason they have given that escape velocity of the moon is less than that of the earth. Actually moon does not have atmosphere. This is correct statement, no doubt, right? So next, escape velocity of the moon is less than that of the earth. This is also a correct statement. Why? Because if you remember that escape velocity calculation is root gm by r, so that comes out to be earth escape velocity is more than moon escape velocity. But this is not the exact reason why moon does not have atmosphere. Actually, to have an atmosphere, the escape velocity of the planet should be more than you can say that root mean square velocity or mean velocity of the atmosphere particles. Okay, if atmosphere particles are having some velocity which is more than escape velocity, then definitely that atmosphere particle will escape from the planet. Then the planet couldn't hold the atmosphere with it. Got it? So moon does not have atmosphere. The reason is what is it? Atmosphere particles will have more velocity than moon escape velocity. That is the reason. But this is not the reason. Escape velocity of the moon is less than that of the earth. The statement is correct, but that's not the exact reason for the assertion. So here we go with the next question. So there is a transition of electron in hydrogen atom. Find out the shortest wavelength out of given transition they are asking. See, for wavelength should be shortest. That means wavelength is minimum. Okay. As the wavelength is minimum, what will be the energy? So minimum wavelength we need to identify. Okay. For that, energy is equal to hc by lambda, right? Okay. So as wavelength is shortest or minimum, then energy will be maximum. For maximum energy, okay. So what we need to identify that? We need to identify that the transition is in such a way that the energy difference will be very more. So obviously we'll find the more energy difference for out of given A, B, C and D. So obviously you can understand that 4 to 1 will be the maximum energy difference will happen, which is something like in minus 13.6. Okay, next minus 3.4, something like in minus 1. Minus 0.85, something like that energy levels. So you'll find the maximum difference for the 4 to 1, which is nothing but D. Okay, so D will be the correct answer. So next question, 8th question is something like they're asking the time period of oscillation when two springs are connected in series or parallel. Okay, ultimately this we need to identify which is the connection here. but two springs are connected to the block. So most of the people, I think this is the the students who have solved already, is a known phenomena. But if you didn't come across this question, then okay, so maybe by looking at the question you may think that these two springs are in series, but actually not. Why? Because if block is displaced by x amount rightward, then this spring will compress by x amount, this spring will be extended by x amount. So the compression and extensions are you can say equal in the springs. So that leads to what happens, its connection is parallel. So as the connection is parallel, we know that 1 by k is equal to, so it's a parallel connection, right? So as a parallel connection, we can say that what is the k effective value here? Okay, k1 plus k2. Okay, you can think in this way also. Suppose the block is displaced by x amount rightward. Okay, then you will say that k1 into x will act in leftward direction. Even k2 into x also will act in leftward direction. Why? Because this will compress and this will extend. Okay, so both the forces will act in the similar way. Then we can write down that net force is equal to k1 plus k2 into x. Okay, if you want, you can keep minus. Why? Because block is displaced in, you can say, rightward sense. Then net force is acting in leftward sense. So that's why I'm keeping a negative sign. Then what is the acceleration value is equal to minus of k1 plus k2 by m into x. So then this will become the omega square term, or effective k value you can write down simply k1 plus k2. If you know the effective value, you can go for time period value 2 pi into root of m by k effective, where k effective is equal to k1 plus k2. So this will give us the answer C. So let us go to the next question, okay, which is related to gravitation. Here they're asking the weight of an object on the planet. So ultimately we need to find out the weight. For weight we need to calculate mg. G value we need to calculate ultimately, right? So for that they have given two different ideas here in the question. One is they are having the same density and mass is twice that of the Earth. Then what is the mass of the planet is equal to 2 times of mass of Earth. Okay, densities are same, they are saying that. That means I can write down rho into 4 by 3 pi radius of the planet, whatever planet they are talking about, that planet cube, okay, is equal to 2 times of density into 4 by 3 pi into radius of the Earth cube. So just I wrote the masses are equal, 2 times. Okay, so densities are same, so cancels out. Even 4 by 3 also cancels out. Then what the radius of the planet will be? Radius of the planet will be 2 power 1 by 3 times of radius of the Earth. So once I know the radius, I can go for weight ratio. Weight of the object on the planet by weight of the object on the Earth. Already they have given weight of the object on the Earth is W, is equal to, so we know that G value we can write down as, okay, I'm writing the complete expression here. So G value is equal to Gm by R square. Okay, so G is equal to G into, in the place of mass I can write down density into 4 by 3 pi R cube by R square. So finally G value I can write down as, okay, G into rho 4 by 3 pi, okay, R. This is the G value. Now we know that density is same, right? Density is same. G value 4 by 3 pi will be a constant value. So then G value purely depends on what factor? Radius. So that's why at the same time G proportional to radius. So weight also will be proportional to radius. Then radius of the planet by radius of Earth. So what is the radius of the planet by radius of the Earth is 2 power 1 by 3. That means what is the weight of the object on the planet is equal to 2 power 1 by 3 times of weight of the object on the planet. So then B will be the correct answer. So here we go with the next question, which is related to partially filled capacitor. Okay, so as it is a partially filled capacitor, then we know that capacitance value is equal to epsilon naught A by, okay, D minus T plus T by K. So if you remember, this is the capacitance of partially filled capacitor, where D is the distance between two plates, where T is thickness of the dielectric what we keep, and K is a dielectric constant. First they are saying that when X is equal to D by 3, okay, so they are saying that capacitance value is 2 microfarad. That means I will keep 2 microfarad, okay, capacitance, which is equal to epsilon naught A by, okay, D minus, okay, and T is nothing but here X. X is the thickness of the dielectric what kept, and dielectric constant has given 4. So in the place of T, what we can write down? We can write down that D by 3 plus and D by 4. Oh, sorry, we missed it. Actually, see here, what the thickness value is given? Thickness value is given D by 3, right? Thickness value is D by 3 by K value is 4. Then you will get, what is the value? Epsilon naught A by D minus D by 3, you can write down 2D by 3 plus D by, it's 12. D by 3 by 4. Okay. So then it is 4 8 times, then 2 microfarad is equal to, see, ultimately we want to find out epsilon naught A by D value, so that we can use in the next case. Okay. So then it is, I can go for 4, and this is 9D by 12. So I can write down this is as what? 3 4s are 3 3s are. So 4 into epsilon naught A by, you will get 3D. Then epsilon naught A by D value will get how much? It is 3 by 2 microfarad. So this is epsilon naught A by D value. Now we calculate what is the capacitance when X value is 2D by 3. So then capacitance is equal to, I can write down again epsilon naught A by, okay, D minus, in the place of thickness I can write down 2D by 3 plus 2D by 3 by 4. Okay. So then it is epsilon naught A by D minus 2D by 3, it is D by 3 plus 2D by 3 by 4, you will get D by 6. Okay. So then epsilon naught A by D by 3 plus D by 6, you will get D by 2. Okay. 3D by 6, it is D by 2. Then you will get 2 times of epsilon naught A by D. So we know that epsilon naught A by D is equal to 3 by 2. So 2 times of 3 by 2 microfarad, then ultimately you will get 3 microfarad. So for the second case, the capacitance value is equal to 3 microfarad. Okay. So for this answer is 3 micro, sorry, as it is, yeah, it should not be C, it should be F. Okay, 3 microfarad. Because we are calculating capacitance, it should be in farads. Okay, so let us go with the next question. In which condition EMF will be induced in the loop? The loop is moving with uniform velocity in uniform magnetic field perpendicular to its plane. See, I think by looking at the first situation, you can understand that this is the magnetic field, let us say. Okay, and loop is moving perpendicular to magnetic field. Okay, and it's a uniform magnetic field. So I think here the loop is moving with uniform velocity in uniform magnetic field perpendicular to its plane. Okay, so that means this is the plane. Okay, it is moving with uniform velocity in uniform magnetic field. Magnetic field is uniform. Okay, and this plate is moving with velocity, some velocity v. It's not actually clear. Maybe something is missed in the statement, I feel so. Okay, so here magnetic field is perpendicular to loop, or velocity is perpendicular to its plane. It's tough thing. Okay, so let us take velocity in this direction. In any way, as it is a uniform magnetic field, it is moving in the uniform magnetic field. What is the change in flux is goes to 0. So then EMF won't be induced in the situation 1. Okay, so there is no question of EMF in the situation 1. Let us see the situation 2. A loop is moving with non-uniform velocity in uniform magnetic field. Okay, so again it's a uniform magnetic field, right? As it is uniform magnetic field, whether it is moving with uniform velocity or non-uniform velocity, it doesn't matter. Change in flux will be 0, then EMF will be 0. So in situation 1 and 2, both the cases, EMF will be 0. Whereas in situation 3, a loop is rotating about its diameter in uniform magnetic field. Yeah, this is this type of situation I think some of the people have done in your classroom, right? So if I'm taking a magnetic field something like this, and this loop is rotating with angular velocity omega, then what happens? Area vector keep on changes. Area vector rotates, then angle between magnetic field and area vector keep on changes. Then flux value is equal to BA, I can write down cos theta, where theta can be written as omega t. Then flux value varies then EMF will be not equal to 0. Some EMF will be induced. So in situation 3, you will find some EMF, whereas in situation 4, area of loop is changing in a uniform magnetic field. Area is changing. As area changes, flux value changes, then definitely EMF will be induced, which is not equal to 0. That means in situation 3 and 4, you will find some EMF. Okay, so the correct answer would be D. So let us go to the next question, okay, which is something related to communication system, and they asked a very simple question, it seems, like range and height relation. What is the range and height relation is? First of all, let me write down what is the range and height relation. Okay. So what is the range value is equal to? Range is equal to root of 2 radius of earth into height of the antenna. Okay, tower or antenna, you can say. Here simply they have given antenna, we'll go with antenna height. They're saying that height value is increased by 21%. Okay, that means initial height is h. Now what is the final height will be 21%. 21 by 100 of h. That means 121 by 100 h will be the final height. They are asking what is the percentage increase in range. Then what is the final range value? Root of 2 times of radius of earth into 121 h by 100. Okay, then what the final range value is equal to 121 by 100? It is 11 by 10. Okay, root 2 Re into h is nothing but 11 by 10 times of initial range. This is the final range, right? And this is the initial range. Then what is the percentage change? The percentage change of range is equal to, I can write down final range by initial range minus initial range by initial range into 100. That means 11 R by 10 minus R by R into 100. So it goes to 1 by 10 into 100. Okay, so that will be 10%. That means range will increase by 10%. So here go with question number 13, which is something related to electromagnetic waves. But once you know the electromagnetic waves, this is a very straightforward question. They have given the sum like an electric and magnetic field equations, maybe to a little bit confuse you, but they're asking the ratio of energy density of electric field to magnetic field. Okay, we know that in electromagnetic waves, both energy densities are equal. Okay, energy density stored in electric field as well as magnetic field will be equal. Then the ratio goes to 1:1. It's a very, very direct forward question. Even this also they ask related to like what is the magnetic field inside the wire and outside the wire, and once you know the formulas in amperes, I think you derived in the classroom, right? Uniform current carrying cylindrical wire carries current I having the radius a. The magnetic field with the distance x will vary. Okay, so we know that the magnetic field inside the wire is given by, okay, mu naught I into x by 2 pi r square. Okay, na? So that means magnetic field linearly changes inside, and whereas on the surface you will get the maximum magnetic field value, which is mu naught I by what is it, 2 pi capital R. Okay, and whereas outside you will get mu naught I by 2 pi small r. So that means outside the magnetic field is inversely proportional to r, or you can say x. Okay, anything, distance is x. Here in terms of x we are able to see, and on the surface it is maximum. Okay, inside it is linearly changes. So what is the correct answer? B inside and outside. So nowhere will be constant. Okay, so inside it will be proportional to x, outside is inversely proportional to x. Then option A will be correct. Yeah. Next we go with the question number 15. They are asking de Broglie wavelength for different particles. What the de Broglie wavelength is? De Broglie wavelength we can write down h by p. Okay, is nothing but h by m into h by m into v. Okay, na? So or else you can convert into kinetic energy, because in the question they have given kinetic energy form. So then momentum we can write down as root 2m times of kinetic energy. So here different kinetic energy values are given. Okay, so kinetic energy is 4k, k and 2k respectively. Already as they have given kinetic energy, nothing to do with the charge. it only check with the what that mass of electron, proton and particle. So we can say that mass of electron is very much very far less than mass of proton, and mass of alpha particle we can say nearly 4 times of mass of proton. Actually this is not, but nearly we take. This is just for comparison, so that's why I'm able to take in this way. Okay, so I can write down that lambda value, lambda of electron I can write down h by root of 2 times of mass of electron into kinetic energy 4 times of k. So as mass of electron is very less compared to the proton, which is almost like an, you know, that some 1800 sometimes you'll get. Okay, so it's very less ultimately. So then we can say that lambda e is very more. Okay, na? So then what is the lambda of proton and lambda of alpha particle? Let us compare. H by root of 2 times of mass of proton multiplied with kinetic energy is k, whereas lambda of alpha particle is equal to h by root of 2 times of 4 times of mass of proton I'm writing, which is mass of alpha particle, is multiplied with kinetic energy is 2k. So obviously here 2 times you'll get almost 16 times. Then lambda of alpha is less than lambda of proton. So ultimately we can say that lambda e is very more, okay, is greater than lambda of proton. Obviously lambda of proton is greater than lambda of alpha particle. Then the correct answer should be C. So here we go with question number 16. Actually here they have given 2 resistors which are connected in parallel, and they are asking for percentage error. So we know that the percentage error calculation. First of all, let us go with the 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Okay, this is the parallel combination. Let us calculate what is the R value exactly. 1 by R is equal to, forget about the error, first we calculate what is the accurate value. 1 by 15 plus 1 by 10. Okay, so then R value comes out to be 150 by 25. Okay, no? So this is the R value. If you want, you can simplify that part. Okay. So then what is the error calculation in this? So I can write down that if you derivate it, 1 by minus dr by, you can write down r square, which is nothing but minus dr1 by r1 square, we can write down minus of dr2 by r2 square. So then what is the maximum error possible in the equivalent resistance? They are asking the percentage error, which is nothing but dr by r value is required actually. So dr by r is equal to, we can write down r times of dr1 by r1 square plus r minus dr2 by r2 square. Okay, you can take all positives because error will be add up. Okay, so dr by r is equal to, r value is 150 by 25, you can write down 6 also. Okay, 6 times of dr1 is nothing but error in r1, which is 0.5. So 0.5 by r1 square is nothing but 15 square, plus dr2 is nothing but 0.5 by r2 square is nothing but 10 square. So you can take 0.5 outside, it will be 3. Okay, then this is 1 by 225 plus 1 by 100. Okay, so this is the dr by r value. Then we require the percentage error is nothing but dr by r into 100 value is required. Then 3 into, I can write down, this is 325 by 225 multiplied with 100 is multiplied with 100 again, cancels out. Then you will get closely like this is 975 by 225. So you will get almost closely 4.33%. Okay, so let us go with the next question. So in this question they are asking for magnetic field due to current carrying coils, but how the coils are given. So if you read the question, you will understand that 2 identical coils they are saying with same centers are same, placed with their planes are perpendicular to each other. That means if one is horizontal, then other one is vertical. So one plane is like this, other plane is something like this. One is horizontal, other one is vertical. Okay, so both are carrying current is root 2 amperes and radius is 1 meter. Then what is the field at the center they are asking? So obviously see, if I am taking the horizontal coil, the current will be either downward or upward. It depends on the current sense. If I'm taking the vertical coil, the current will be, magnetic field at the center will be either rightward or leftward. So ultimately we can say that the field whichever produced due to these two coils will be perpendicular to each other. Then what is the net field? Net field at the center is root of, I can write down B1 square plus B2 square, and we know that both are identical coils, so both the magnetic fields will be same, so I can write down root 2 times of B. Then what is the net magnetic field value is equal to root 2 times of magnetic field due to one coil, which is mu naught I by 2R. Okay, so root 2 times of mu naught value as it is we can keep, so that is a what is say that advantage we are having, because no need to solve any numerical here. Okay, current value is root 2 times by 2 times of radius is 1. Then 2 root 2 will cancel out. You will finally get what? Mu naught value. Okay, so this is the answer for the given question. So in the next question, question number 18, the length of the conductor is increased by 20% and cross section area is decreased by 4%. Then what is the percentage change in resistance of the resistor or conductor they are asking. Okay, so this question also related to percentage change. Already I think we have solved one question in this question paper. Now let us write down all the quantities here. Suppose that initial length is L. Now length will be L plus 20%. So 20 by 100 into L. It comes out to be 1.2 L. Okay. And next initial area, let us say A. Then now area value will decrease by 4%. Nothing but 4 by 100 into A. That is nothing but 0.96 A. Okay. Resistance value is R. Now resistance value goes to, here resistance value you can write down rho into L by A, direct formula. Okay, no? Then R dash value goes to rho into L value 1.2 L by 0.96 A. Okay, so it's almost comes out to be 0.96. 1.25 into rho into L by A is nothing but 1.25 R. Then what is the percentage change? The percentage change will be R dash minus R by R into 100 is nothing but 1.25 R minus R by R into 100 you will get, which is nothing but nearly 25% will be the increase in the resistance of the conductor. So here we go with question number 19, which is related to Doppler effect. Okay, so a car is moving with a speed 15 meter per second towards a stationary wall. So something like this. Then he is able to hear the two frequencies. One is direct frequency, the other one is the frequency reflected from the wall. So it's a standard question most of the JEE books will have. Okay, one frequency is directly he listens to the F0. Next we need to find out what frequency he will listen. So as it is reflected from the wall and come back. Okay, first as the sound travels towards the wall, then wall will act as an observer. Then this car will act as a source. Then what is the frequency received by the wall is F1, I can write down as F0, which is original frequency multiplied with, okay, so here observer is at rest, so V by V minus Vc, because source is moving towards the observer, where here V stands for wave speed of sound and Vc stands for speed of car, which is nothing but speed of source here. Okay, in the next case what happens? Now wall will act as a source for F1 frequency. Now where is the observer? Observer is there inside the car and he is moving with velocity 50 meter per second according to question towards the wall. Like this is the source now, observer. Then what the frequency he receive? F double dash is equal to, now source frequency will be F dash multiplied with F dash or F1. Okay, I'm following the F1 into, now source is at rest, observer is moving towards the source, so I can write down V plus Vc by V, because source velocity is 0. So finally what is the frequency he will receive? He will receive the one more frequency F double dash. In the place of F1 I can write down F0 into V by V minus Vc multiplied with V plus Vc by V. So V cancels out. Then F double dash I can write down that F0 into V plus Vc by V minus Vc. Okay, so then they have given the change in frequency is 40, that means F double dash, okay, minus F0 is nothing but F0 into V plus Vc by V minus Vc minus F0 is equal to 40 they have given. Then if I take F0 common, then it is 2 Vc by V minus Vc. okay, which is equal to 40. So then I can write down all the values. F naught into V, 2 times of Vc is nothing but 30, okay, then V value is 330 and Vc value is 15, then it is 40. Then F naught value is equal to 40 by 30 into, it is 315, so you will get closely 420 Hz. Okay, so that is the frequency of original source. So let us go to the next question. I think the question may not be like this in the examination, so I request all the students to once verify switch open as given as 0 or switch open as given as 1. Okay, actually this is the bulb. This is the bulb. If bulb glows, okay, no, bulb glow, we take it as 1. Bulb off, we take it as 0. Switch open, here we take it as 0. Okay, switch close, we take it as 1. Okay, now switch open 0, switch closed. Okay, now that information is not there in the question, but you can follow this general principle, general rules. Okay, now let us say A, B. Let us go with the truth table, and this is the output. Suppose that switch A 0, switch B 0. That means both the switches open. Then there will be no short circuit in the question. If you observe, okay, there is no short circuit in the question. Then directly here 5 volt is there. Okay, no? This is 0 volt. Then 5 volt to 0 volt. There is a potential difference across the bulb. Then current flow will be there. Bulb glow. That means it is 1. If anything is closed, then automatically what will happen? Bulb will get short circuit. Okay, so no, bulb does not glow. That means for 1 0 you will get 0. Even 0 1 also you will get 0. Even 1 1 means A is closed, B is closed. Even any one is closed, it's a short circuit. For 1 and 1 also you will get 0. So this is exactly, the truth table is exactly opposite to OR gate. Okay, so for OR, if you add NOT, then this is the result you will get. Okay, so that means given gate is what? Given thing will represent the NOR gate. So let us see the next question, which is something related to mechanics, and variable acceleration is given. So there is a mass of 100 grams is placed on a smooth smooth surface only, moving with an acceleration A is equal to 2x. So as acceleration is equal to 2x, we can write down that V into dV by dx, because they are asking the kinetic energy, C1's change in kinetic energy they are asking. Okay, starting from rest is not given, but still okay. So V dV is equal to 2x dx. Now integrate. Now it is u to v, let us say, then this is 0 to some x, because they are asking in terms of x. Then I can write down that half into, this is v square minus u square, integration v dv, v square by 2. This is half into, okay, actually 2 is also there, 2 into x square minus 0. So then if I multiply with the mass on both sides, where mass is what? 0.1. Let us go with mass only. Half m into v square minus u square will give you what? Change in kinetic energy. Here 2 and 2 cancels out, m into x square directly. So this I can write down, change in kinetic energy is equal to mass plus 0.1 x square is nothing but x square by 10. If you compare with this format, what is the n value you will get? You will get n value 2. So here we go with the next question, which is related to viscosity and terminal velocity logic, but exactly not terminal velocity they are asking something different. Okay, so if you observe, they have given the sphere density and sphere mass also they have given, and moving with constant velocity, this is some highlighted term, and the liquid density, what is the viscous liquid density is rho naught. They are asking the viscous force acting on the sphere. So what is the constant velocity change for? Net force is 0, because acceleration is 0. As the net force is 0, as the object is there inside the medium, then mg will act downward sense, force turbines will act. Let us say if it is moving downward, then viscous force will act upward sense. So as they have not specified in what sense that is moving, at the same time they have not given anything related to rho naught and rho relation. Okay, so I'm assuming in this way. So let us see if any changes are there. We will make the alternate changes. Okay. So then, as the constant velocity net force is 0, so that means viscous force plus force of bands will be equal to mg. Then what the viscous force value? Simply mg minus force of bands. So mg minus what the force of bands value we can write down? V into density of the liquid rho naught into g. Okay. So now, but there is no volume given. Volume of object is not given. So instead of volume, we can write down that mass of the object by density of the object into rho naught into g. Then I can take the mg outside. Then 1 minus rho naught by rho. Okay. So let us see whether that is there or not. Yes. This I think somewhere they made the typing mistake. It should be what? mg into 1 minus rho naught by rho. Okay. So then answer would be A. Yeah. So in the next question, they have given a very easy question. Okay. So light is moving from one medium to other medium. They're asking the relation of wavelength as well as frequency. So we know that as a light travels, one wave travels from one medium to other medium, then there will be no change in frequency. That means this and this. Oh, okay. We have three options. So 3 options out of A, C, D. One thing will be correct. Then how to check? Let us go with lambda 1, lambda 2. Obviously, as the medium changes, wavelength changes. So you can drop the B and C option. You can go for either A or C option. Yeah, there is a difference. Lambda 1, lambda 2. Here lambda 2, lambda 1. So then, suppose that now to find out the refractive index, we know that angle of incidence is 45. Angle of refraction is 30. Then I can write down 1 into sine 45, Snell's law, mu into sine 30. Okay. So then what the 1 by root 2 is equal to mu times of 1 by 2. What the mu value is equal to root 2. Then what is the lambda in a medium? Lambda in a medium, we can write down that lambda in air by mu, refractive index. Here what is the lambda in air is? Lambda in air is lambda 1. Lambda in medium is lambda 2. So lambda 2 is equal to lambda 1 by root 2. So lambda 2 is equal to lambda 1 by root 2 and mu 1 is equal to mu 2. So option D will be correct. So in the next question, a wire of length 2 meter, radius of cross section is given 20 millimeter, Young's modulus also given, subject to force as given. What is the change in length of the wire? So it's a calculation part only, direct formula based question, which is what we know that Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. Actually, I can directly write down the formula also, but okay, maybe a little bit useful for you. Stress value I can write down F by A, and strain value I can write down increase in length by original length. Okay, so finally it is F into L by A x. They are asking the increase in length, so x value they are asking. So then x value is equal to F into L by AY. If you know this formula, directly you can start from here. Then force value is equal to 62.8 kilo, that means 10 cube. Okay, into length value. Length has given 2 meter, so 2 meter by area of cross section is, radius of cross section is 20. That means pi. See, as pi is there 3.14, we are getting the 628. So that means they have given so that the numbers will cancel out easily. So pi into r square, radius of cross section is 20 millimeter. So I can write down 20 into millimeter, 10 power minus 3 square, pi r square. Okay, multiplied with Young's modulus, which is 2 into 10 power 11. So then x is equal to 62.8. Okay, multiply with 2 into 10 cube. See, I'm writing as it is, so that let us see how many numbers will cancel out. This is 3.14. Okay, multiplied with, this is 20 into 10 power minus 2. Inside the bracket, if you see, then it is 20 into 10 power minus 3, it is 2 into 10 power minus 2. Then 4 into 10 power minus 4, multiplied with 2 into 10 power 11. Now see what going to be cancelled out. These two will cancel out. Okay, now then this is I can write down this part is 6.28 into 10 power 4 I can write down. So a little modify the power because here 62.8 is there, so that's why. Okay, so this is 3.14 multiplied with 4 into 10 power 7. So then this is 2 and cancels out. Then x value is equal to 1 by 2 into 10 power. Okay, so 4 and this is 7, so 10 power minus 3 meter I'll get. That is 1 by 2 millimeter, so I can say 0.5 millimeter. I think this is a numerical question. So in 10 power 5 they are asking meters, so then p value will be something different you will get. So actually I calculated in millimeters, so I can drop this part. So then this is 100 into 10 power minus 5 by 2 I can write down, then 50 into 10 power minus 5. Okay, so meters. So in terms of meters, so that 50 into 10 power minus 5, which is 50, will be the answer. So here we go with next question, which is related to thermodynamics. Here also they asked some easy question here. Okay, so they have given that work done by the gas is nothing but work done by the gas, we take it as positive. Okay, plus 1000 joules, and heat is supplied, so this also will be positive. Delta Q is equal to how much? Plus 200 joules. So then what is the change in internal energy of the gas they are asking. So we know that very famous formula, dq is equal to du plus dw. Okay, so what the delta U is equal to dq minus dw, which is nothing but 1000 minus 200, you will get 800 joules. Okay, that is the answer. Next, a particle is moving in a circular path with uniform speed v. Okay, when it turns 90 degree, the ratio of v by this symbol stands for, this is the thing you need to understand, that's called as average velocity. See, they have given that something like this, v bar. Okay, something like this symbol that stands for average velocity. Okay, displacement by time taken. So as the particle is moving in a circular path, let us see something like this. This is the circle, right? Particle is moving from here to, let us say, so particle is coming from here to here, 90 degree. As the particle is moving from here to here, okay, with constant speed, uniform speed v, then what the time taken is equal to pi r by 2. Actually total distance is 2 pi r by 4, will be pi r by 2. By speed is v, then time taken is pi r by 2v. This is the time taken. So speed value we know. What is the average velocity means? Average velocity means we need to identify the displacement. So what the displacement value is equal to? This is r, even this also will be r. Okay, so then this displacement value will get root 2r. Okay, so then what is the average velocity goes to total displacement traveled by time taken. Okay, so then you will get how much? You will get then r and r goes off, then you will get 2 root 2 by pi into v. So they are asking the value of v by modulus of average velocity. Okay, so as it is v by modulus of average velocity, so then v by r, this value is equal to pi by, you will get 2 root 2. So I think some answer is missed. Pi by 2 root 2 is missed in the option. So here we go with the next question, which is they're asking the fifth orbit radius of lithium plus hydrogen like atom when ground state of hydrogen atom radius is given. Okay, so what is the ground state radius is equal to r naught is equal to 51 picometer they have given. Now they are asking the fifth orbit radius. So we know the direct formula Rn is equal to r naught into n square by z. So then it is 51 picometer multiplied with the n square is nothing but 5 square by z value. Lithium is 3. Okay, this is 51 picometer multiplied with 25 by 9. Okay, so if you calculate, 25 by 3. So if you calculate something like nearly 8 times into 51, around you will get, okay, so 425 picometer. If you calculate, it will be more than 400 by just looking at, but calculate 51 into something like 25 by 3 value, then you will get 425 picometer.